Campus Insiders Oregon, I'm Jill Savage. To help us break down the Oregon-Texas Alamo Bowl, we bring in Ted Emmerich there in the state of Texas. How are you today, Ted?
Jill, doing well. Thanks so much for having me.
Let's get right to it. The big storyline right now is Mack Brown and whether or not he will have a job come next season. What is the latest that you've heard on that situation, and does he coach in the bowl game?
Yeah, it seems like it's all about timing and details right now, Jill. It would seem as if there's a mutual agreement in place between Mack, between the new athletic director, Steve Patterson, and the current president, Bill Powers. But Texas, of course, wants to control this story. They don't like that there's a leak out there, that there is the report that Mack is stepping down. Mack wants to be able to step behind the podium and deliver that news himself to reporters. He wants to be able to step in front of his team, in front of boosters, in front of supporters. And at this point, he's not in control of the story. Will it happen? Yes, I believe so. Will he coach in the bowl game? That's another question. Could it be a case of, hey, let's win one for Mack, go out with the last hurrah? Mack deserves that. Mack deserves to coach in this game if it is indeed his decision. He deserves to have a chance to go out on top.
So let's assume then that all of the reports are accurate. How does this affect Texas as they prepare for the bowl game and also in the game itself?
There's a lot of time here, Jill. We know that. There are 15 practices. If there is time for the team to wrap their head around this fact, then it shouldn't be that much of a factor. If anything, like I say, it might be a positive factor against a team that is, hey, quite honestly, the toughest opponent to date for Texas. All right, a team that seemed destined for either a national championship game or a BCS bowl game at the very least before that stumble against Arizona. Again, the win one for Mack rallying cry, that could very well be a positive factor for Texas going into the Alamo Bowl.
In general, what was the Texas fan base's reaction when they heard that they were getting Oregon in the Alamo Bowl?
Look out. Yeah, I mean, again, they have seen the Big 12 all year. They remember BYU. They remember what Taysom Hill on basically one leg did to Texas back in September. Imagine what Marcus Mariota could do to Texas on the ground. That has been Texas' Achilles heel all year long, Jill. Stopping the quarterback in the run game. Texas has allowed the 9th most rushing yards to quarterbacks in the Football Bowl subdivision. And now you have to go up against this particular rushing attack of Oregon. Look out.
So that's their biggest weakness. Give me maybe their biggest strength then for Duck fans to worry about.
It has to be the running game. And hey, Jill, you saw it with certainly Stanford, certainly Arizona. Their top running backs carrying it at least 45 times in both games as Stanford and Arizona were able to pick up victories. That has to be the game plan for Texas, and they've done it quite well when they have committed to the run. Against Oklahoma, they ran it 60 times total. Against Texas Tech, 61 times to help ground that high-flying offense. It'll have to be a similar deal here. It has to be a game of keep away and also take away. They have to be able to take the ball away like Stanford and Arizona did. We know that Oregon was -5 in the turnover margin in both of those games.
Well, Ted, thanks so much for all your insights. We'll continue to follow this Mack Brown story, obviously, and continue to preview the Oregon-Texas game right here on Campus Insiders Oregon.